Welcome back, gamers, to another episode of the Slow Run Cast. I'm your host, the Iraqi Balboa, joined by my friend and co-host, and what are we going to call you? We're going to call you the resident evil expert on the Slow Run Cast, Durwin Luke, or as I prefer to call him, the Durwinator.
You'll be joining me soon.
Well, you bulldozed through it, man. I was counting you out. I was like, I don't think he's going to make it through this.
Dude, the first half, I gotta say, is a lot scarier than the second half of Requiem.
Oh, was it just because maybe you got a little bit more empowered, emboldened as the game went on?
I think so. And also, the second half is less of a survival horror and more of like you run around and you destroy everything kind of game.
Yeah,
which I enjoyed.
It's like a thing in video games where like later on in the game, sometimes you get like more toolkits that you like, you know. It becomes more easier as you go along.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to wait until you finish and we'll do like a huge spoiler cast, I think, for this game.
Well, I was going to ask, did you want to talk about it yourself today, or did you? Because I'm barely scratched the surface. I'm about 2 hours in. I played about 2 hours.
I think you'll push through and we should just do a whole spoiler cast.
All right,
all I can say is like this game is definitely one of the contenders for Game of the Year so far.
From what I played, I was having a good time.
Yeah, we're like really 2 months in and like it is impressive. Capcom, I think, smashes it with this game.
That's great. That's great to hear, Durwin. I am excited to finish this one. So you heard that, folks. Join us next week for a full spoiler cast. Resident Evil Requiem.
I mean, we'll have to before I leave for Mexico.
When are you going?
I leave on the 7th, so you got until Friday.
Oh yeah, I should be okay.
You got it. It should be.
You run credits in 12 hours?
Yep, just under 12 hours. All I have to say also is Grace is in danger and Leon is the danger.
Oh my god, it's crazy. I was actually kind of worried going into this game. I'm like, how are they going to be able to balance these two different playstyles? But I think from what I've seen, they do very well. Like,
yeah.
When you're out at the peak of being like, I can't do this anymore. When you're Grace, like this is too much stress. They switch it up and give you to Leon, and then just as you're getting too comfortable with Leon, and it becomes a little bit like, oh, this is monotonous. They're like, no, buddy, we're back. So yeah,
I think they found a really, really good balance.
Which I'm surprised. I was worried about that aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, Resident Evil Requiem is out now, 88 on Metacritic, 9.5 user score on Metacritic as well. I wonder what the Steam reviews are, but I really had high concurrent player count on Steam.
This is
been 90,000
right now. It went up to 300 in the beginning. 24 hours, right?
344,000. It was the all-time,
Yeah, I mean, this sold really good for Capcom, it seems. I couldn't get a Switch 2 copy. I ended up having to play it on PS5.
Yeah.
Which wasn't the ideal way to play.
Why
Grace's...
not the ideal? Explain to the...
Because I'm scared.
Just want to be able to throw away the Switch.
Yeah, I wanted to like... Instead of, being scared, staring at my giant screen, I could just like turn it off or like, angle it a certain way. But yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. Well,
shall we get into it?
We should get into the show this week because we got a lot of news. A lot of news that feels like a little bit of a holdover from last week's news, but important nonetheless to talk about. So, of course, the big bombshell from last week's news cycle was the retirement of Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond resigning, and the new CEO, Asha Sharma, of Xbox taking the role, coming from the core AI team, and Matt Booty becoming Chief Content Officer as well. So obviously there's been some questions following those big changes. We discussed it a lot last week. But in the aftermath over here, there's been mixed feelings about like where this is really going and what the end game is. Starting off with Seamus Blackley, who is one of the co-creators of the original Xbox. He has gone out to interpret this as Microsoft sunsetting Xbox. And the appointment of Asha Sharma is as a palliative care doctor who slides Xbox gently into the night. Crazy combination of words there for sure. Durwin, your initial thoughts from that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's wrong. But I also think that she's going to give it her try first. Like,
Okay,
I think Xbox is, in the end of the day, I feel like they're just way too far behind, that they might be coming out of the console space. But I don't think that she's going to be purely palliative care doctor. I feel like she's going to give it her best. She'll fail. And then we'll be sunsetting Xbox as a console brand.
Well, she had some things to say this week about her vision of Xbox, and it actually seems to be pointing in an interesting direction, a direction that doesn't seem to be in line with the recent shift that we've been seeing at Xbox with regards to play everywhere, have this PC console hybrid that has everything on it, first-party games everywhere, all that kind of stuff. She said, quote, Xbox players have thousands of dollars invested in money and time. It is incredibly important for me to understand that and protect that. I'm committed to returning to Xbox. And that starts with console. That starts with hardware. You will hear more about that soon. We will have some announcements coming up. You will see us collectively investing here. We also know that there are a lot of players who aren't on console or on our hardware, and I want to deliver great games for them too. I need to learn more about etc. But the catch here, the important thing here is a return to console and hardware seems to conflict with the recent direction that Xbox has been going in.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Booty had his 2 cents to say about that as well. He said, quote, our studio system is fully built around being first party. We're not built to just be a publisher. It is core to our partnership with the Microsoft platform, being involved in early hardware decisions. All the work we've done to get games like Gears of War running great on new devices like the Xbox Ally and so on, it is embedded within our structure. We're not backing away from that. We're committing to being a first-party games publisher in partnership with our first-party platform team. I don't know, Durwin, but this sounds like, maybe they're not saying it very hard, but it sounds like, hey, sorry, everything you heard about Xbox Play everywhere and putting first-party games on everything, and, you could get Game Pass everywhere, just play on your phone and cloud streaming and all that kind of stuff. No, sorry. We want to go back to making an affordable home console and have console exclusives.
I don't think they're in a position to do that.
Okay, do you think they want to do that based on what they're saying? Or is that an incorrect interpretation?
I think they might want to, but I don't know if it's in their cards anymore, right? Like they do have a lot of developers, but I don't know if they're going to be able to push out a new console. Everybody picks it up and then sell it like exclusively in terms of their big hits to Xbox now that Game Pass is a thing and all the games that are coming to like PS5 and PC day and date, right? It's a hard U-turn.
It is a hard U-turn. I agree. I'm not sure how functional of a U-turn it is. Right now, I'm just at the stage of trying to understand is this U-turn real or are we just imagining things? Are we misinterpreting this?
They need to just have a game or games that will actually bring people back to the Xbox.
Well,
if they want to do this.
Duty, and for whatever reason, Call of Duty is not exclusive. So
that can't be exclusive because they had like that agreement with
the FDA.
The FTC, right?
Sorry,
yeah, FTC.
The federal drug FDA.
I mean, to some people, it is a drug. But like they need a Horizon equivalent. They need a Spider-Man equivalent. Like
I think they have them now with the Bethesda purchases and the and all that, but I just don't think it's enough. I don't think those are console sellers, unfortunately.
They need console sellers is all they need.
But here's the thing, Durwin. Like looking at the numbers that we've been getting recently on the reporting, I don't think God of War and Horizon and Spider-Man are console sellers. I don't think the Sony first-party stuff really is. If you look at the bulk of users, it is people who play ball and gun games. You know what I mean? The bulk of users on the PS5 platform are people that play ball and gun games, and they have them there. And I think it's just carry over from the bad Xbox One generation. People just switched to PS4s after the 360 and stuck with that and picked up the PS5, had no reason to go back to Xbox. Short of making Call of Duty exclusive. I don't think there's any other way you're going to pull those people.
Yeah. They somehow, some way need to pull a Nintendo. Really.
And do what?
Make some sort of console that you can't say no to.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I thought like further on this chain of thought we've been thinking, there was an article from The Verge that was a report that compiled a bunch of longtime Microsoft, it was a report compiled by longtime Microsoft reporter Tom Warren, who spoke to multiple sources, and in contrast to Seamus Blackley's thought on Asha Sharma's appointment as the new CEO of Xbox, these people who worked that he talked to feel like it's the other way around. They think Microsoft wants a turnaround and is worried about losing Xbox. It's a completely different picture, and they're saying Sarah Bond's departure is because this whole Xbox Play Everywhere, this whole hybrid PC console thing, this whole first-party exclusive thing, or first-party exclusives going everywhere thing, that's not something that Microsoft likes, and they don't like the Sarah Bond vision regarding it all. And that's why Sarah Bond has left. It's a clean cut from that idea. But the direction that Microsoft's been going for, they think that this whole appointment of this new person is severing that chain of thought and process and returning to some kind of form. So aside from them just saying that, maybe there is more to this than meets the eye.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to just really see in terms of what her direction is in the next console. I don't know if she'll even be able to do too much. I wonder if the next generation of console is already too far in production for her to do further.
I think they could scale it back, no problem. I don't see why that's an issue, especially since they're a few years out now at this point, potentially a delay.
It's going to be very hard for Xbox. Another way game consoles will create value is to take a loss on the console, right? But with the way that RAM is costing and components are costing, it's going to be a huge hit if they decide to do something like that, where they discount their consoles to a point where it's very, very enticing for people to switch over.
Yeah, I'm not sure any of this is going to work. I just thought it was interesting that there's word on the street that this is actually what's happening. Because the way I felt the same way as you last week, and the same way as Seamus Blackley. Like, I felt this was done. Like, this was nail in the coffin. We're going third-party publisher. We're going full AI. That's the vibe I got. But now, I don't know. Maybe not so much.
Did you hear that random piece of news that Asha Sharma's gamer account was actually a family account?
That's what she said. She replied.
Yeah, that's what she replied. Yeah. So, I mean, 4 weeks for her to prepare for this position isn't very promising.
No. Again, I don't have any confidence that this is going to work. I'm just curious to see how it's going to. Durwin, let's change course to Sony, because some reports from Bloomberg's Jason Schreier this week also seem to be alluding to a change of strategy on the Sony side of the water. Jason Schreier was on a podcast called Triple Click Podcast, and he was discussing PlayStation seemingly considering stopping its single-player games from coming to PC. He thinks the strategy for them is, quote, live service games are coming to PC, whilst he's getting the, quote, the sense that they are backing away from putting their exclusive console stuff like traditional single-player stuff on PC. He said that he wouldn't be surprised if Marvel's Wolverine never comes to PC, or at least doesn't come to the PC in the indefinite future. I guess he worded it as putting something back in a bottle, and then the last thing he said was, releases were always just kind of late to the party. He added that he doesn't think it was successful in the first place, and doesn't think going back to the console-only strategy thing would be a big blow.
Didn't Stellar Blade sell like crazy hotcakes though?
That is an exception to the case from my understanding. Look at any big Sony first-party games concurrent PC count.
It's not very hot. Is that
I don't think
like
so.
Spider-Man 2?
I don't think so. I think whoever wants to play those games is on PlayStation and I mean, God of War, the first one, the peak concurrent player count on that was only 75,000. Ragnarok was only 35,000. That's what The Last of Us was.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 was 28,000.
Those are not good numbers, Durwin. Last of Us Part 2, 30,000. Last of Us Part 1, let's see here. I know that wasn't the best. Yeah, 36,000. I mean, based on these numbers, I'm not surprised. Like, I mean, what difference does it make putting it on or taking them off if they keep doing it the way they're doing? Right? Like, their whole strategy was don't put them day and date, because if you put them day and date, then there's people who like are holding on to their PlayStations now that will no longer buy a PlayStation hardware because they can get the PlayStation exclusives day and date to PC. So they did this like staggered thing, so they could sell more copies to people who are going to hold out, you know. But based on these numbers, the people that are holding out and not buying a PS5 console but still interested in playing these games, seems like it's minute. Like, it seems like if you want to play these games, you're picking up PS5, and if you don't care that much, you're not picking it up. By the time the port comes to PC, then, you know.
Yeah.
You don't care anymore.
So they must be looking more for Stellar Blade's numbers. Stellar Blade was 192,000. So basically, what is it? 10 times more? Almost 9 times, 10 times more?
Yeah, well, look at Marathon, look at Helldivers. Those ones are good, but those are multiplayer games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, Durwin. I can't help but like think that this is probably really possible. Because then also there's the development cost of porting these two. So that means next season is going to get shut down, by the way. But the development cost of porting these to like PC, like.
And they always have to sell them at a discounted price because the game is already old, right?
They still put them on PC for pretty expensive when they do end up.
Yeah, but they do have sales. Like, I think sales for Stellar Blade, the price has gone down pretty significantly for that, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see. Durwin, Jason Schreier has been dropping bombs this week. And one of the ones he has brought up is the deets on the Bloodborne remake from Bluepoint Games. Bluepoint Games, of course, if you weren't here on the last show, if you don't know, got shut down by Sony. They are the development studio that is responsible for remasters and remakes at Sony. Most recent game was Demon's Souls remake, so naturally, based on that, they would be a good fit for Bloodborne remake. People have been hating on Sony, actually, for years now, about why this remake has not happened and why Bluepoint Games hasn't done it, including myself. Including last episode, where I was yelling, I'm like, Sony, Bloodborne remake. Do it. Why didn't you get Bluepoint on it? Turns out it's not Sony's fault at all, actually. This is not a Sony shutdown thing. It is something that FromSoftware turned down. Yeah, so basically...
Yeah, it seems like there was a lot of behind-the-scenes like politics between Sony and FromSoftware regarding this remake.
It seems like FromSoftware did not want anyone else touching this game. Miyazaki did not. I don't know if it was Miyazaki or if it was any of like the executive team. Did not want anyone touching this game. Sony was down to let Bluepoint work on it. Bluepoint was down to work on it. But yeah, they picked not hindering their relationship with FromSoftware instead of remaking it.
Yeah, they chose to keep one of their contacts happy, I guess, versus upsetting them and then dealing with backlash, right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't really know too much. There was that was the whole hint from Shuhei Yoshida last year when people were asking him about the Bloodborne remake when he was making his rounds after he retired from Sony. And he basically gave some hints, which I read at the time was, oh, this game is not in development right now. Like, it's not happening. And it was, oh, well, whenever Miyazaki's ready or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this all but confirms it. So, I mean, this is all we know from Jason Schreier. It doesn't really explain what FromSoftware didn't want it to happen means. Like, do they have the right to stop it? I don't think so, because Sony's the IP owner. Was it, like we said, just being nice to FromSoftware in order to maintain the relationship? Who didn't want it to happen? Miyazaki, the whole company? Like, what's going on? And then, if that's the case, why did Demon's Souls remake happen? What, were they okay with that one? Or did Sony just go ahead with that one without telling them? And they got mad? Like, what's the deal with that one versus Bloodborne?
We'll never know at
What's
this point.
Name? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, I guess we'll never know.
Guess we'll never know. Okay. Moving on to some other Sony news. Durwin, we got a release date for Wolverine.
Yes, the most anticlimactic way.
That was strange. So for those who don't know, they released a trailer on YouTube that was
A
literally just a
6-second trailer.
It was just a release date trailer. Strange considering we just had the state of play a couple of weeks ago that they could have showed Wolverine at and given us that release date at. Yeah. Strange that they announced it was going to be in the fall. I don't know why they didn't put their,
Yeah, no gameplay, no commentary.
Nothing. It was just a release
Nothing.
date.
Just here it is. Enjoy, people.
Yeah, so I guess we didn't even say the release date. It is coming out September 15th, 2026. That is a whole 2 months and 4 days before Grand Theft Auto 6. I really like this. I'm happy with this release date.
Mm-hmm.
It's spaced pretty far away. It's really close to Phantom Blade Zero, which I was really interested in, so I'm going to have to play Wolverine instead.
Yeah, I think this is perfect timing for Wolverine. Unless something else comes out.
I think it's going to get busier, man. Like, we saw the release dates in March. It just seems like right now, it seems like it's not too much, but by the time Summer Game Fest rolls around, I think the whole summer up until that fall is going to be busy. It's a crazy year. There's still a lot of games we don't have release dates for.
Yeah. I mean, Wolverine's going to be a must-play, though.
I think so, for sure. Anything from Insomniac, of course. Insomniac's the GOATs. Durwin. We also got something, an update on something that just came out. A PS5 Pro upgrade to presumably Pisser, I think.
PSSR.
Yeah.
But yes, Pisser.
The first game that is making use of it is Resident Evil Requiem. The upgraded PSSR technology is utilized in RE9 and rolling out generally next month. So it's not even like fully rolled out, but it's just only rolled out for RE9.
Apparently, it looks amazing on PS5 Pro. Amazing.
Man, I'm telling you, like I was regretting not getting a Pro. At this point, I'm kind of regretting not getting a Pro. There's reports this console cycle is going to go on until 2029. So that's still like years away from now. Considering there was a really good deal for them on Black Friday last year. Sorry guys, I'm just like really sick right now, so barely talk. And then there was like the whole trade-in thing at EB Games. You could like trade in your old PS5, basically get this thing for $300.
Should have done it.
Yeah,
it would have been worth the upgrade for RE9 probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, like people are saying that it runs the best on PS5 Pro, like even compared to Xbox. Also, a side note,
of course,
there was an update for the Xbox as well. They're not doing nothing with the console. I think it was upgrades for game streaming. They support 1440p now.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I saw that.
But still,
good enough to make my show notes.
Yeah, but still, this is the big news. Like, it seems like PSSR is going to be a big upgrade next generation.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole shimmer thing with some games, especially the Konami games, I'm not sure about. But for most games, when it does work, it works. I did watch a video from Digital Foundry like last year around this time just to see if I wanted to cop one, and I did not at the time, so I'm not sure. Yeah, but there is a video from Digital Foundry, 21 minutes long. They talk about this, and they also, they have another video for performance on all the consoles for Resident Evil Requiem, PS5 Pro, base PS5, Series X, Series S, Switch 2. So check that out if you are interested.
Yeah, all versions seem like they play really well, even Switch 2.
Yep, which is surprising. Then we got a first look at the live-action God of War.
That's even more surprising. They need to do a better job with his bald cap. Did you see zoomed in images of his head?
The wrinkles, yeah.
So bad.
I think they should have maybe, I don't know. They should have picked another person who, I don't, like even his face. I'm sure. Like, I love the actor. I love him in Sons of Anarchy. But
it looks weird, though.
He looks
Atreus
weird.
Doesn't look terrible. He's just a kid. But, yeah.
He doesn't
Kratos
look like Atreus,
rough.
but whatever. Yeah, Kratos looks rough. I'm not really sure. This is not. His beard looks a little too short too.
Mm-hmm. He looks like he's got pretty bad dad bod. He's looking more like Thor than
that too. He looks more like Thor than Kratos, dad bod wise. Yeah, I'm not. This casting, I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, hesitant. Very hesitant.
Let's see what happens. Hopefully they don't butcher this.
Mm-hmm.
Durwin, I'm going to leave the rest for you to talk because you're the one who knows all about this stuff and I did not watch it.
Pokemon Day, obviously.
30th
Hold
anniversary
on.
showcase.
I got to show you all my winnings from picking up Costco cards.
Okay. All right.
Give me 1 sec.
I'm not really that in tune with the Pokemon card trading world anymore, so I don't really know what's good or not. Been opening packs, huh?
See all that I put down?
No, I did not. Oh, you've been buying packs or opening packs?
I'm just buying.
Or are you going to sell them or are you going to rip?
I haven't decided yet. I've got like the Pokemon
Which,
Day.
man, I like literally, I'm so out of tune with Pokemon because I haven't bought in a pack.
Unova heavy hitters from Costco.
Nice.
Yeah, I went hard on Pokemon this year. And as I alluded to, I did purchase the $1,000 Lego thing.
Speaking of PS5 Pros, Durwin spent something that were equivalent of the PS5 Pro on the Lego Pokemon set. Is that the one with the Venusaur and the Charizard?
I don't know if I'll keep that one yet. I don't know if I can stomach $1,000 for friggin' plastic blocks. But yeah, Pokemon Day.
Tell me what happened. I didn't watch it. I don't care. Tell me what happened. I looked at it. I'm like, Durwin's gonna fill me in.
Yeah, I did watch it. I wasn't too impressed by it, but big things. Lots of mobile games updates still. I don't know what any of those are. Pokemon Unite is getting like the 3 legendary birds. That's all I care for. Then we finally got an update on not Pokemon Coliseum, but Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, which is the sequel game. Apparently, it is launching in March.
So I thought, where's Coliseum then? Because this one wasn't announced in the beginning.
It was. Both games were supposed to be coming out to the GameCube, but I don't know why they're releasing the second one. And we have no news about the first Pokemon Coliseum game.
Yeah, this is coming to the Nintendo Switch Online service for the GameCube. Do they have a date here?
Just March 2026.
March 2026.
Yeah. No time or anything like that. Maybe there's bugs with Pokemon Coliseum. Who knows? So that was one thing I cared for the most. I think the 30th anniversary cards will be coming out soon, like the Pokemon trading card game stuff for those that care.
30th anniversary.
Yeah, the art for some of them look really cool. I don't know if they're confirmed art, but yeah, there's a lot of cool cards coming. And then finally, we see the Gen 10 of Pokemon. So Wind and Waves.
Yep, Wind and Waves. Yeah.
It looks really good, but I don't know whether or not I believe it'll look that good.
Yeah, it does look actually decent. It looks serviceable to me.
Yeah, it looks like we finally got, texture upgrades.
Maybe because it's on the Switch too.
Yeah, and environment upgrades. So I'm really hesitant because it looks like a lot of it is like cinematic and not actual gameplay.
That's what it looks like. It doesn't look like gameplay to me.
But I'm hoping that finally we can get a W. The last thing that I want to talk about is Pokopia. So there was that it was like an hour or something like that. It was a combined Treehouse event with Mario Wonder Switch 2 with the Bell Park?
Bell Park, yeah. Bell Park, yeah.
Bella Bell Park DLC, which I didn't watch, but the Pokopia one looks so good. And I'm finally sold on it. I was kind of joking about Pokopia at the beginning of the year, but I think that I kind of was, but I had a feeling that it might actually be really good, and it looks like it's leaning towards really good. Okay. So on Pokemon Day, they shared that cooking will be available, multiplayer is going to be available. Yeah, no, it looks good now. It looks exactly like kind of a Harvest Moon Pokemon, Animal Crossing Pokemon.
That comes out on Thursday, correct?
Yes, March 5th. So it is primed for me to go to Mexico and play the hell out of it.
Nice. Yeah, that's
it for Pokemon. There isn't too much exciting stuff. I was hoping for even bigger bombs like Heart Gold, Soul Silver coming out to Switch.
That Mew missions are on their way to Pokemon Sleep.
I don't know what Pokemon Sleep is. Not gonna lie.
Where you sleep.
I think it is a game where you sleep, but like, what missions would there be? Like, you get 8 hours of sleep?
Yeah, I don't know. Beats me. Is this 10th generation coming out this year or is this next year?
27.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's probably going to be around holiday season. That's when Pokemon usually comes out. But yeah, I'm so excited. It looks good. They have the 3 starters. People have been hating on it, but I think it just looks fine. People always do this. They see the starters and they're like, "Oh, this is all garbage, blah blah blah," and then
you guys buy this game in the millions anyway.
Yeah. And you're fine with these Pokemon looking good or the way they are, and then the next generation comes out. Oh, the starters suck. You buy the game, etc., etc.
Same thing over and over again.
Just like another looter shooter.
Durwin, Highguard. I don't know how much more we're going to be talking about Highguard this year. I think it's not looking great. It's really winding down.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Tencent has apparently pulled funding 2 weeks after the launch of Highguard, and this is actually what caused the mass layoffs at the studio. It was because of this exactly. We found out last week that Tencent was secretly funding this game. We did not know that previously. We know that now. Fewer than 20 people apparently remain at the studio. People who worked at the studio are now coming out and talking about it. They said basically as soon as this funding got pulled, they all got called in, got laid off.
Mm-hmm.
Concurrent player count now is like gone, man. It
was
dead.
2,000 last week, right?
It's not breaking 1,000 anymore.
Jeez, that's rough.
24-hour peak was 584. They released a update to the game, which includes this new game mode whereby you kind of don't do the reinforcing, looting, capturing the flag parts of the game. You just do the raids. You just take turns back and forth with an enemy team doing the raids. Everybody has kind of the same shields, so you don't really need to buy shields or do anything like that. You just focus on that aspect, and all the bases get reinforced after every raid. So it's 5. They're trying to bring people back somehow, but I think it's over.
Yeah, it's basically done. 377 players right now. Yeah, like, what is that? Divide by 10? So 30 lobbies, more or less. Yeah.
If you're doing the 5v5, yeah.
Yeah, there were some reports on like development as well. It was supposed to be like mirrored after another multiplayer game, Rust, which is...
Yeah, it was supposed to be a survival shooter, and that's why a lot of the weird elements in Highguard we see kind of like it seems like a mismatch of a bunch of stuff all put together. But yeah, it's carryover from when the game was envisioned as that to begin with. Oh no, Highguard. Anyway, moving on to some other news that's video game adjacent. During Netflix backs out of the Warner Brothers deal and declines to match Paramount Skydance's raised offer.
Mm-hmm.
So this was late last year. It was announced that Netflix was buying Warner Brothers for $82 billion or something of the sort, I think was the number. Paramount, Skydance was basically like, no, this is BS. Our offer is better, blah, 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 blah. And then I don't exactly understand all the legal stuff that happens here, but Warner Brothers is like, now we're selling to Netflix. It looks like that is not happening anymore. Netflix's deal was for $82.7 billion, offering $27.75 in cash and $4.5 in Netflix common stock for each share of Warner Brothers common stock. But this offer is for, I believe, $30 per share and all cash. So
yeah,
it looks like...
I thought there was also concerns that Paramount didn't even have this much money to purchase it. So then that was like another consideration for Warner Brothers or something like that. But
frankly,
yeah.
Bro, I don't know. They have to also pay a termination fee of $2.8 billion, I believe the number is, which is crazy. They have to pay $2.8 billion to Netflix for terminating this deal. Yeah, it's $31 per share. Frankly, I don't understand that.
Wouldn't Netflix play Warner Brothers because they're the ones backing out?
No. Paramount will pay $2.8 billion to Netflix because it's Warner Brothers that's backing out of Netflix. Warner Brothers told Netflix, you have to match this deal or we're out. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Netflix is like, we're not matching that. So Warner Brothers pulled out. So Warner Brothers has to pay Netflix for pulling out, and Paramount is fronting that money.
Gotcha. I
Yeah.
wonder if this even goes through. That's crazy.
Anyway, there's on gamesindustry.biz, they have a full timeline of all this if you're really interested with detail about like how this all unfolded. Durwin, I don't know how to pronounce them. Nason?
I think Nacon?
Yeah, they are the French company, publisher as well as manufacturer of third-party video game hardware. Recently, the publisher of Styx Blades of Greed, which I think is about pretty good on Metacritic right now. It's that stealth game where you're that little goblin thing. I think it's a goblin. As well as Hell Is Us from last year. They have filed for insolvency. What it is exactly, I'm going to quote here from gamesindustry.biz, is the majority shareholder, Big Ben Interactive, was unable to make a 43 million euro loan repayment. This was due to the unexpected refusal of its banking pool to respond to drawdown notice. And Big Ben Interactive holds 56.72% of Nacon's share capital and 65.79% of its voting rights.
Yeah. Do you think any of the other games that they're supposed to publish this year are going to be coming out? Or?
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to legally get sorted out so that they could keep functioning in some capacity. Like, this isn't like, frankly, I don't really exactly understand corporate law in a way that I'm going to be able to make sense of this. But based on this article from gamesindustry.biz, they're saying the aim of this procedure is to assess all possible solutions to ensure the sustainability of the company's activity under the best possible conditions, protect employees, preserve jobs, while renegotiating with its creditors in a common constructive framework. So they're trying something. I mean, they just published this
Styx game,
and they have Greed, or is it called Greedfall? Is that the game?
Yep, Greedfall, which is like a RPG.
Yeah. Is it by Nacon? Maybe I'm mistaken. That says Focus. Let me check.
It's probably published by Nacon, right? Developed by.
I mean, they have apparently a showcase in 2 days. I'm just reading this right now. Nacon Connect on March 4th.
They were supposed to have one. I don't know if they actually went through with it.
Yeah. I mean, this is like a AA publisher. They make a lot of like cool like third-party controllers and peripheries and stuff, so which is really interesting that they have both of those. Yeah, if you check out their games right now, Hell Is Us, that Terminator Survivors game is them. They have Cthulhu coming out. Cthulhu the Cosmic Abyss. They make they make the Rent Sport racing game. Architecture Life, they make cricket games. Tour de France. RoboCop Rogue City, remember that game?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent, from a few years back. Yeah, Greedfall, The Dying World, Ambulance Life, bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Like that.
I mean, their Nacon Connect is on March 4th, so we'll be able to find out soon if anything is going to be coming out.
No word that it's canceled. Durwin, Discord has pulled out of their mandatory age verification.
It wasn't mandatory, though.
Well, it is if you want to do specific things on it, right?
Oh, like mandatory for users, yes. It wasn't mandatory for them to implement it.
No.
Yeah, sorry.
The verification company Persona did not meet the bar for Discord's privacy policy, its co-founder says. Yeah, so they're delaying.
That was with a lot of controversy.
Yeah,
right.
Course. They're delaying it until they've improved the process, so I don't know what that means. We'll see. Yeah. Durwin, you will not be getting an Indiana Jones and the Great Circle 2 anytime freaking soon. Because Machine Games has confirmed that they're doing a casting call for Wolfenstein 3, and there are going to be some new characters, baby. What do you think? You're going to go back and play all the Wolfensteins now that since you're a lover of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle?
No. I will play another Indiana Jones game. I don't know about Wolfenstein. It seems like a pretty heavy investment.
Are you going to play the new Guitar Hero when it comes out?
Maybe.
Because you're the one who sent me this.
It looks kind of cool.
Yeah. So Guitar Hero Studio Red Octane returns with a spiritual successor stage tour. I can't find online, but this is like a rebranding or like, because this studio was shut down like years ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to make new accessories for it too.
I mean, if you go on Wikipedia, it says was an American electronic entertainment company. Closed down in 2010.
Yeah. It looks less hectic. Like this screenshot that is on this article, it looks very not as hectic as the other Guitar Heroes, it feels like.
Yeah, maybe.
But who knows? We'll see if Gen Z is into Guitar Hero, similar to all the sickos that play Guitar Hero.
Durwin, last story for the week. PUBG publisher Krafton creates a new Chief AI Officer executive role as it continues this AI first strategy. I just thought that was funny. You're not the COO, you're not the CEO, you're not the CCO, you are the CAIO. I'm not joking, legit. There's a position there that is now called the CAI.
Krafton is really drinking the Kool-Aid.
Kang-wook Lee. He's served as Krafton's head AI since 2022, and now he's promoted to CAIO. Interesting stuff. We'll see what.
Will he do better than Asha Sharma?
We'll find out. I mean,
the battles of the
got that
AI
game
officers.
out, Project Windless. The what do you call it? The Black Myth Wukong Dynasty
Bird.
Warriors hybrid.
Yes, God of birds.
Yep. And that's it for this week. I think pretty good news stories, but not a lot of like crazy ones.
Yeah, just a lot of revelations coming from like Xbox and Sony.
Durwin, do you have you been playing anything that you want to talk about? We can end off this episode.
Really briefly, maybe just like High on Life 2, even though like I'm an hour in.
Okay.
And Marathon. Your thoughts on Marathon so far?
Marathon, I've played about 2 hours. So for those who don't know, they're having their server slam right now of Marathon. It started on the 26th, so that would have been the Thursday yesterday. Today, tomorrow, I think it goes to the 2nd, so I think it goes on to Monday. Yeah, so basically it's free to play, so you can just get on. I believe it was 20 gig download on PlayStation 5. Yeah, and I think they sample for you like the first 2 areas of the game. I mean, my thoughts, like I'm not really an extraction shooter person. The only other extraction shooter I've played is Arc Raiders, and I played it recently. To me, it's like Arc Raiders with a different like filter, right? You know what I mean? It's exactly the same idea, but obviously the gunplay, the combat, the minute to minute is a little bit different. So high level, I really love the art style. I know some people are critical of it. I think it's excellent. I think it's unique. I know it's also potentially plagiarized. Maybe they got rid of all that right now. But, you know, the colors are a little bit too much on the eyes, but I think it's a cool vibe. I love the gunplay. It feels great. This is Bungie, you know, Gungie. But Bungie, they know what they're doing when it comes to gunplay. So feels fun. Like I much prefer the first person shooter aspect to it than the Arc Raiders, you know, third person shooting. I feel a little bit more empowered in this game than I do in Arc Raiders. The individual bots aren't as scary, frankly. Like they feel a lot easier to kill than the random little flying bots in Arc Raiders. You got to be a little bit more cautious about that. My experience with meeting people online is everything's been PvP. Like, and then we realized actually after 2 hours of playing, we weren't on proximity chat. We were talking on Discord. So maybe someone was trying to tell us they were friendly. But we pulled up on everybody we saw, you know what I mean? It was just gunfight, you know, steal the loot. So, stole some pretty good loot. As far as looting, Arc Raiders, minute-to-minute looting consists of looting a lot of rather garbage. Just straight-up garbage that you take back to your base and you use for crafting. Like, the whole point of Arc Raiders was it was heavily into the crafting aspect of the game. The stuff that you loot in the world might not be that valuable, but you can take it back and craft it, and that's where the value is. This game does not have any crafting. So there's no idea of, let me go steal some wires and some duct tape and some whatever and extract out of it, and then I'll be able to, you know, do some type of upgrade bench. There's none of that there. There are random things like that to loot, but those are usually used for, like, quests, not so much to craft. Like, you're not looking for those specific things, right? Otherwise, I'm trying to think here. I didn't play the second map. But I played the first map. It was kind of a little bit boring. I don't know. It just seemed like it was a little bit empty. But then the actual hub areas were a little bit more interesting. Extraction is slightly different in this game. I feel like it's a little bit easier to extract compared to Arc Raiders. So I don't know. I know, unfortunately, like I have nothing to compare to besides Arc Raiders. So a lot of this, like me talking about it, is just based on that game. But yeah. It's an extraction shooter. There's classes in this game, which is different. There's like 6 classes, and each class has like abilities, almost like a hero shooter. You know, they have like an L1, and then they have an L1 R1 at the same time. So think about it like an Overwatch or a Marvel Rivals or something like that. So that's the base thing. You go in, you pick a class. Each class has the ability. The class I picked was the stealth class. He could, like, you know, hide himself become invisible, similar to the classes in a Highguard or whatever. So there's that aspect that it probably makes it different than other looter or other extraction shooters, including Arc Raiders. And then otherwise it's the same thing. You go out with a loadout. If you die, you lose the stuff you had with your loadout. If you don't die, you take that stuff back. There's a free loadout aspect. There's a vault where you could keep your stuff in. There's a skill tree, which is absolutely terrible to go through, but whatever. And
oh my God, that was terrible.
There's like faction quests that you do. You pick up the quest, so when you go into the world, you do those things. The UI for this game is ridiculously complicated. It is confusing. It is misleading. It is hard to understand. I do not like it at all. The only reason I understand it is because of the Arc Raiders UI. Like, I was just trying to compare, like, where do I find this thing that I find in Arc Raiders? Where can I look for it? So that's what I did to figure it out. I much prefer the Arc Raiders UI, way better. But yeah, the art style for this is wild, and then like it's kind of borderline freaky, and then all the pixel stuff, and there's like moths and all the colors, like evil space stuff. I wish there was like more value to these contracts. I wish there was like more of a story. Like
yeah, it's just like super random. It's like sabotage this communications tower or whatever. So, yeah. I mean, I agree with most of the stuff that you said. I probably hated it a lot more than you did, even though I only played like an hour maybe.
Yeah. I was really high on it going in. I don't feel the need to. I was really afraid I wasn't going to play like Resident Evil Requiem because I was going to be so engrossed in this.
Yeah,
but it
I'm
seems pretty like okay with waiting for release. Like I gave it a try. I probably will still pick it up on release, but I think I'll go back to playing Resident Evil.
Yeah, I think this confirms that I'm not gonna buy it. Like the
Which
UI,
is
like
fair
you
enough.
said,
I mean, that's the point of you doing this thing, right? Like they're calling it a server slam, but for us, it's like a demo, right?
Yeah, it's a demo and a play test for their servers, really. Like, let's be real. Yeah, I agree. Like UI is terrible. Like I don't know what I'm looting half the time. I'm like going through all these things. Some of them's like depleted, some of them's not. I'm like,
it takes.
Like, why did you?
I think with like extraction shooters, it takes time to understand what that is. Like usually you just pick up everything and you try to leave. So you would get it if you played for it long enough, but
yeah. And like they were trying to sell a story about how like, you're trying to extract from this like colony that disappeared and is now back or whatever. But like, I don't know. I didn't really feel like any of the contracts really led to anything. And like I was playing with random, so I was not even sure what they were doing. So
yeah,
I don't know. It just,
we'll see.
Yeah, it wasn't for me. Like initial thought, I was like, this is overwhelming. Colors are everywhere. There's too much stuff. I don't know what any of this stuff does. Yeah.
It's not easy to follow. Yeah, that's Marathon. Otherwise, we talked at the top of the show. You've run credits on Resident Evil Requiem. You bulldozed through it right away. Mm-hmm. You love it, but we're going to save your full thoughts.
Yeah, full thoughts, full spoilers, like everything. Yeah, and High on Life 2, I'm like an hour in. Like I said, it's pretty solid so far. Like, it's more or less the same thing as the first one. So the first one, the storyline was like people were turning into drugs for recreational use. And then this one is pharmacy companies are turning humans into drugs. So it's the same. Skateboard mechanic is really cool. The guns are like the same. So I think it'll be a solid like one playthrough kind of game, just for the story and random quips that you can see. But I don't think it's going to be a contender for like game of the year or anything like that.
Yeah, I haven't been playing anything else. I played a little bit more Mario Tennis. I've been playing some online with some people online. It's fun, but like there's like nothing to it. It's like there's online ranked, and you just go up or down the rank. Like there's no like unlockables or anything involved with it.
Mm-hmm. It's a quest to be number one, I guess.
It's just a quest to be number one. Yeah, that's it for me. There's a bunch of demos I downloaded for Steam Next Fest.
Yes.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim EX that comes out next week. I want to give it a try. That Zero Parades game, the developers of Disco Elysium. There's a demo for that too. What else? There's demos for a bunch of stuff that I've already played the demos for. Replaced Darwin's Paradox, Planet of Lana 2. Well, a lot of cool indie games to keep your eye out on. So check out the Steam Next Fest. But that's it from us this week, guys. Thanks for joining us. If you liked what you listened to, leave us a like, a subscribe, ring the bell for notifications when you get when the episode drops. Share, comment. whatever interaction. We appreciate it. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we are out. See you next week.